a team fight item getter and a team fight hero.
The aura whores, as I like to call them.
Oh yeah, I guess I like that term. So I think that's the type of hero they.
TNC's lineups also, the first three were very low damage. In fact, they still have relatively low damage output, especially the DP ultimate is on cooldown. Liquid have, depending on what they last, but just because of the Lesh and the Underlord, like there's so much, they just spam spells. And you're going to be able to out DPS the TNC draft. Still think Ember's a possibility here for TNC. The power pushes him.
But I've heard Underlord was really great against. Oh, Berserk, Kyle.
Woohoo! Don't give Kyle credit for that.
We were waiting. I saw your note.
Wow.
That was me.
So they're a bit.
Kyle, why is this hero good? Please tell me.
We already went into it. We're good. And it's handled. If they weren't paying attention the first time, we don't get it. There's no repeats. It's Sky. You should be a fan. Last pick for Liquid, though. This is where things can get dicey because you need tower damage right now. You need something that does raw physical damage output. We've got to assume it's a miracle hero with the less track for we. And
I think they can anti-mage for Liquid and they can just hold on.
Yeah,
for laking.
I like a hyper carry. I think that sounds good.
Oh. Whoa, we're both right.
Woo!
Don't high-five each other until the camera comes back, then we can get super hype. I don't even know if it will come back, but you called the anti-mage. Do you think that Liquid Miracle anti-mage, he's going to be able to 1v5, or what's the situation?
I mean, it has to be a 1v. I mean, Liquid, the other remaining 4 heroes have to play very well in order for anti-mage to come online. And I truly believe that SD is really good against BP. So I think and we're going to see that like at least once in the game.
I think it can go either way here, but it is a throwback to like that old vintage Liquid style where you have Miracle. It's a 1-4. It's going to be 4 heroes running around the map trying to make things happen, and Miracle at some point is going to be slotted enough to get a triple kill in some team fight, hopefully take the game. TNC, of course, want to prevent that. They got to take towers early and find big team fights before AM's online.
Well, let's see what the TNC draft justification is as we send it over to Casey, who's Naheen.
You know what's cooking? Boom!
That? Yeah.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you very much, Casey. Yes, game 2 of TNC versus Liquid. We have what the draft panel had said, and both Fabi and Kyle make some really good points and some good calls. Indeed, the last 2 picks being the Bristleback and the anti-mage for TNC and Liquid, respectively. Kind of want to get your insight. You know, the main sort of discussion topic was Bristleback. Can you play it in a game where there's a Shadow Demon?
So I think Shadow Demon, I totally agree with Fabi. I think Shadow Demon is an incredibly good hero versus Bristleback, but I have to, unfortunately, agree, give Kyle a little bit of credit because there is the Oracle. That Fortune's End can be one of those things to always be able to dispel that Soul Catcher, and you can itemize for it as well. So we will probably see Gabby at some point in this game go for something like a Lotus Orb to make sure, something like that to make sure that he can be sure to dispel that one off. But it's not always you're going to have the situation where you have Fortune's End up or you're in the right position to go for that Gabby. So that's where it can go a little bit of both ways. But yeah, Soul Catcher, very good ability versus Brist. We have some other fun interactions, of course, too, with this Oracle versus Shadow Demon. There's a mix between some teams. How Shadow Demon, if you Demonic Purge the target that does get False Promised, that target can't get healed by, you can't get healed by Urn, healing self, your Fate's Edict constantly gets purged as it constantly keeps applying that Dispel. So we could see that come into play as well.
And what do you think about this last pick? The anti-mage coming in, not necessarily a a carry that sort of brings us a free win or a necessarily safe carry, but in the right circumstances, it could be pretty darn hard to deal with. Is this going to be a game where you can see Miracle popping off and getting that good Battle Fury timing?
I could, as long as they don't get run over. I think that's the one thing that TNC's draft can really start to take advantage is just steamrolling, getting towers pushed. Gabby just parking himself, running at lanes with the Death Prophet pushing towers constantly. Even Bristleback hits towers pretty hard. Once you get more pest stacks, you really do start to chunk those down. So can be a little bit difficult, but we could see it possible. Anti-Mage somehow at PI always starts to come back, right? People are like, dead hero, Battle Fury, crap, not a good item, but somehow this hero always trickles back every single one of these interviews.
And one of those heroes as well that we've seen trickle to this game, but on it to a lot, is that Underlord. You know, mind control, getting the Underlord in this match. I thought this was a little pick. There's some aspects of this hero that seem incredibly strong, especially that aura. You know, that bit of bonus as well. This hero turns into a bit of a right clicker down the line.
He definitely does. And I mean, I remember we had one in the tournament that we had a mid Underlord, didn't we? And that just dominated the game, just took over. I think like a Templar assassin in the matchup. So I was surprised not to see this hero picked a little bit more too, especially with like Monkey Kings and Ursas being very scarcely picked. But we're gonna get to see it. And now they have another thing too. They have maybe like 90% damage amped onto the Bristleback as well that they do have from that Underlord. So be fun to watch. It's good to see if Liquid's able to actually rally around that one.
See how some of the lane matchups are going so far. That mid lane, Armo getting lead off the first few ways. Lane. Kuro's gonna go for disruption, but TNC, they've got the 3 heroes ready to finish him as he comes back out of his bubble. First blood for TNC off the back of this aggressive tri lane.
And they're getting themselves a very good matchup up top. This Bristleback versus the Underlord. Underlord just getting pushed completely back by Gabby for now.
Mind control just had a cool spray from dying there.
Yep.
Gotta be very careful as Gabby will head over, pick up the bottle from the side shop.
I like that actually a lot. You know, Bristol, he's making sure to spam so much. And you can pick up this bottle and it's just fine in this 7-1 matchup. You look at the house sustain very nicely as Weehawk. They're committing forward here.
And they're going to look for the dart. They've got the hold from AU. Crips one burst to the right. They get it enough. He's diving for the center. He's going to find him. Can he go off the people? Reducing AU's right click. Doesn't matter. He gets the second one in and will still find the kill. GH will look to chase. See if he can get his way out. He's got a little bit of a heal go. Again, another root, holding back GH. He's certainly making him work for it.
Nice little play. GH does have boots and a lift, so it should be able to get an easy kill here.
Let's pop it in the south. That is a south cancelled. It continues to keep baiting. Weehawk will come out, and that will be a historical and also a dead Felix out. So a little bit of lost gold there for him.
Weehawk gets the last hit. That's the nice thing. But we see these lanes very dominant right now already from TNC, the way they have it set up. Anti-Mage is still firing though, which is the most important thing for Liquid. But these other 3, Gabby just really taking advantage of this top matchup versus Mind Control.
That's Bristol.
Bristle.
So they're going to be able to start running down here very soon and even diving that lane if Mind Control not too careful.
Especially with AU up here right now, right? With a Fortune's End, a couple goos, Mind Control definitely could get chased out. He has to be careful of his positioning on this Underlord.
Liquid just trying to keep the mana low on Cuckoo. The harass cannot be there against Miracle.
Keep a tri-lane. I think this is what you tend to see when there's an anti-mage in the game. As we were saying, top lane.
A bit of a shot here, he can TP, but yeah, no hesitation there from Mike Joy. Instantly knows he has to get himself out of that situation.
He's under attack.
So the thing we panel talked about a little bit, but the bit of disable on TNC, right? That's why you can why Liquid, not only just because there's a high intelligence hero like that Death Prop on the side of TNC, but just look at the stuns coming out from TNC. It is going to be pretty limited unless they go for something like Atos, which they probably will on either support Mirana or somebody else. They also at least have silence as well for Armel, but their catch could be a little bit difficult in that mid game if they Miracle Attack to get away with and get some farm going. But right now it's looking really soft, and this is exactly what TNC wants to do. Like Keen said in their they were a little bit too calm in that last game. I think this game they're really going to turn up the heat.
So in these first 5 minutes is being cranked up. See if they can get themselves a hold of the 5-minute runes. See how they're going to get split up as team. They can try and prepare. TNC is looking a little more prepared, especially on top. Grab those 2. the setup. They swing around for the Rubik towards bottom, but a little too slow for them. TNC have to pick up the 3, still that one on their own half of the map, which won't be looked towards bottom, but so eventually they'll probably get all 4. 1 for Tims with the Star Storm. Kuro got the stick charges that will save him. Miracle's hunting in the trees for Cuckoo. Cuckoo with the jukes, trying to get himself back there. Past the side, but the Sunny then more mana for Miracle to burn. Miracle doesn't even need to get the last hit in there. GH and Kuro beat down on Cuckoo and get him out of the lead.
Trying so hard to secure Miracle's lane. He's even picked up like a band early on, so he can have better lane positioning for that anti-mage too. You see these goos start to build up, but they don't want to duck into the tower under that Firestorm. Well, 3 Firestorm now already. And my control was covered. I mean, he was having a pretty, he still is having a tough matchup, but he's still 25-3. It's pretty decent for the Underlord in that matchup. Still a bounty rune bottom. I think Tim's actually walked bottom. I don't think he bought his bottom from this. He didn't. He had a full bottle, so maybe he didn't want to. But it's just gonna be chilling there, so he'll be able to fill it back up when he's back up.
I guess it's unlikely that Liquid's gonna randomly go and scout that position. Mid lane, it's gonna be where Liquid look towards. They need to put We Are out. He's suffering heavily. Matchup with the 3 of them in the neighborhood. They'll look for Armel. Armel's still alive, tries to tell the Siphon, but they will have the burst damage to bring him down. Tim's not there. Quite time to help out Mel. Important kill. You look at that CS in the mid lane. It was 35-6 against 24 for 4. Armel having a sizable advantage, and that kill opening up for some very early pressure onto TNC's tier 1 mid.
There's no glyph after that tower. If they want to commit forward for it, but he is starting to drop low and TP a couple more.
They trying to TP from Gabby to hold on. As you say, a lot of damage done very early on in mid.
He'll get his bottle refilled by Armel TPing in, so he's going to be able to keep moving. Oh, they actually did not refill the bottle. Whoops. Armel did not have an inventory slot there for Tims. Tims might back away and try to find that bounty rune if he doesn't know it's there.
Because it's still there.
It's still there.
Hey,
check it out.
Come on. There's money to be made.
An easy shot.
Sure, he'll see on the way back towards bottom.
Yeah, now another rotation bottom. Weehaw this time with that easy setup and easy kill on Cuckoo.
Trouble killing a target when Leshrac's in town.
SD Lesh. Reason we are seeing it across the majority of the games. Easy to set up kills constantly. Baroque even putting extra points in the Soul Catcher.
Bounty rune.
He's gonna get. He's gonna get it.
Come on,
Sims.
You know it.
Yeah,
There we go. Finally, he's out. This is still it.
He shrined as well too. He shrined and then he gets it.
Oh, Gabby. Gonna kill him. Always gonna be one of those lanes. You have to watch out for that. This mind control. Underlord very vulnerable to the armor reduction and chase of the Bristleback in lanes.
And just the sheer right-click damage. As we were talking about with the path, you get that 50% faster and those 22 damage per stack. They'll cost 124 on Gabby there.
Miracle get the back into his inventory, ring of full stun, so pressure will be kind of harder to put onto Miracle if it's just target alone. Already we see Miracle do a good job of getting CS. It's been slowed down a little bit by Cuckoo's spread. Tim's also hovering around in the area, but Miracle is hitting levels. Yeah. And he's hitting a good enough timing with those early items.
It's not on Gabby's level, of course, because Gabby's had he's been like stacking constantly. He had
kills.
Super good matchup for Zero Lord, but still not too bad from Miracle. Like TNC though, this is still great positioning for them. Like we've said, they have to keep this map and keep this game very aggressive.
On the hunt here for Tim. Scan out for Liquid will confirm that Tim's is still around.
Just TP.
And he's gonna hide in the trees. Correct.
Stare down.
I'm gonna look for him. So Tim's will be hiding out again. He almost only saw his TP start. He's gonna jump out.
He's got one more leap.
It's the setup. No, we already left. It's just the 2 of them playing around, but they'll slowly kill him.
They're gonna find him.
I know he's in there.
Oh.
I mean, surely they know he's in there. They're going this way.
Well, let's look in the mid lane. Well,
that's a little time wasted. Yeah, back getting the creeps, Miracle. Yeah, mid lane just finally get pushed down by Weehaw. And Tim's rolling.
I did some space right there for sure.
Yeah.
Now he can still position him for some arrows too, position himself, but his loop is now back online too. So he can actually start doing something and have an impact on the map as well.
For an arrow, but that's a creep wave coming in.
He'll take it, 37 gold.
It's, you know, it's accidental steal of the CS from Cuckoo's like, oh, was that me? Sorry, Cuckoo.
Support Miranda's right there. Yeah, I
didn't mean to hit.
I didn't mean to, I swear.
I didn't mean to take that CS.
Oops, took another range creep.
Just trying to hit the carry.
KuroKy's setting up deep vision. This is protection ward. This ward that KuroKy sets up here is the one where it's like they're gonna set up for smokes or moonlight shadows from behind the tier 2 to try to kill Miracle, and this will try to spot it out. It's an unexpected ward this early on, so it's a nice one that he is able to put down that TNC is not gonna be aware of at all.
Marcel now getting all 4 bounty wins going TNC's way once more.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of money from these bounties. With this 2K gold lead, TNC.
It really is up to Weehawk to be the one to just like run around with his team to look to set up for those bounty wins, because Underlord and Anti-Mage, these heroes, they're not in line. They're going to take such a long time to be able to really do any kind of packed in that fashion. Is Mike, he's got his baits and stuff finished up, but it's going to be tough for him to really make moves around the map, and that's not really what an Underlord does. He kind of just parks himself in front of a lane until he has more points in that pit.
Careful on that bottom lane as the ghost push comes in from Armout, Kuro.
They're pushing two lanes at the same time right now with this. This creep.
This is the speed and pace that he wanted to see.
Yep.
Like we split out from them this time, TNC.
Yeah, they're playing versus an Anti-Mage trap. All you want to do is just keep the fight, close the map, restrict the map, and keep the aggression going. But he's also doing something sneaky. Look at that mid lane. He actually gets a full edict inside the tree line there, chunks the tower down to 1,200 health. So they're getting a little bit of a trade, at least for themselves. But TNC pressuring 2 lanes like we were saying.
Not quite find the tier 1 bottom, but they do get the tier 1 top. Gary's farm continue to skyrocket ahead of any core on the map right now.
We see the item that's immediately queued up by him. Hood into first item Lotus Orb. He knows he needs to just address the soul catcher. Also very good for his teammates. But mainly from top as he switches first now, he will buy the medallion. I think the medallion also has its great merits. Put the pressure, close the map up, and then push. Gives you that Roche always is both the goo.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Now finish that down. You know, as soon as Gabby took the tier 1 top, he moves himself to the bottom lane. He said, you know, we can start being very aggressive with this power that's built up. He's level 11. He knows there's not really much that can do to touch him right now.
It's going to be a lot of dodging around the map Liquid for quite a while in this game.
Trying to set up on mid. Kuro. Stun timing's hit. Ease. Is found. Appreciate. Finish off that kill. After the high. He's going to spot out Cuckoo. This is not a fight that Liquid want to try and take, especially with Gabby around. Symbolic Perch from KuroKy will come out to hold Bristleback back. Are you sure that Kuro has the space to escape?
This is the trio, like we said, Liquid. We can run around in 3, look to make kills. The other 2, just kind of mind control pretty much just pushing out lanes for the majority of this one. And Miracle trying to try to soak the space, get this battle period decent timing. TNC, they got to keep this pressure going. They have to keep looking to make these moves onto the side of Liquid. And they will. They do not want to slow down at all in this game.
And next, it's almost certainly going to be the mid. Getting ready to push around Gabby once more. Gabby continues to farm up those stack. Those jungle camps to keep themselves so far ahead. Same importance to be noted the way of Armel looking at the exorcism. He's got it ready to push with once more. Gabby is by his side.
Has anyone actually queued up the Atos? It looks like Zul is going to be the choice here for both Tims as well as Armel. So no Atos to go for that like extra catch. Of course, it's pretty easy to just click the spell for an anti-mage, but got to be a little limited on their disables, but they still will have the silences if they can find the AM in the side.
I mean, that's very true. Yeah, roll against AMs. I feel like it's good against bad AMs, right? Yeah, against good AMs, the chance that projectiles hitting him without pressing E is pretty slim. Unless you're able to sort of get it through a tree line or get it out of the AM's vision. Yeah, you'll being that instant up would certainly be what allows the DP to get on top of him with the silence.
Yeah, or just arrow connecting in.
A lot of ways to time it. TNC's very, very strong with the execution, as we've seen sometimes. At the jungle guys, Liquid's gonna have a little bit of flips on it. Midnight Shadow will be used to try and get him out, but the sentry down, they've got the vision. He's gonna head over, find some of the backup that's gonna allow him to turn. In fact, the smell, well, Mike, they're straight on top of the Underlord. Armel kept just alive in time by that false promise. He falls so low, but A there, able to save kind of both of his cores. dropping the back are required for Gabby to go, as well as allowing Armel to pop off on the high ground. Excellent Oracle play.
35 HP. He was one hit from dying.
Yeah, both of them. He had his eyes everywhere. He was making sure that nobody gets ignored on his team.
Well, he's a platinum tier Oracle, right? He's got level 20 Oracle. This
Even everyone.
guy plays his Oracle. And
Radiant's
yeah, perfectly set up there to get the defense, and now they'll transition into another tower. We're going to see he's constricted. That's the style that TNC has to play in this game. Keep running at Liquid, as we see. They do not damage that Bristleback. Even when they had him isolated for quite a few seconds with that full catch, he still was able to be just fine.
See where we are. He's got the damage to kill Tim's in time. Well, we'll say no that he does, and Tim Short's turn does miss the arrow. But matter and certainly doesn't if Cuckoo's willing to expend damage like that. Pops it down straight away. And Weehaw is taken down for his attempt. Everybody, hope you're enjoying the stream. We love you. Back to the game, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Great setup there. I think using Ravage in this type of game with the slow pace that it is, kill the core, right? Just Ravage the core. It's gonna be worth it most of the time. Miracle is starting to get close to that Battle Fury, about 740 gold away from it. So they haven't been able to find him at least. That's the good thing. The silver lining there for Liquid, but look at the rest. 6k gold advantage. All of see looking really, really comfortable with the game, how it's been going so far, and they're going to keep putting the pressure on. Even without Ravage, they will look to keep running at the side of Liquid as they Prism's about to be up in about 30 seconds. The smoke's already being prepped.
Let's see what they can do. This is a excellent timing, really, right across the board from TNC. I don't think they could have hoped for a better start.
Yeah, it looks.
They're doing everything they needed to. They're making all the moves that are required. It's sort of on Liquid now to slow this all down. They find the catch inside the jungle. Liquid looking towards Tim. They move the goal though, and Tim is able to jump away a couple of Moonlight Shadows out. He's going to try and do his best to keep him safe. As out of vision, out of sight. He's out of the way. AU will get left behind. Attempt there to save Tim's will be eternally grateful. Great play there, really purging off the dust, making sure he could get out with that invis.
That was really interesting too. He got the leap like mid Underlord animation. He was actually roofed after the leap.
That could happen.
That was actually pretty cool.
Similar sort of mechanic, right, as the Sand King Burrow strike. Yep. Once you've got the movement going, you're still in the air, so you can still be caught out by stuns and such, but your body will be propelled to safety.
Yeah. That keeps. And they're going to keep looking to check that map. You see that Lotus Orb, that big item that Gabby wants in this game is now picked up. So Soulcat not going to be as much of an issue for himself, at least. Yeah, looks like ultis are pretty much at the ready. You can see they're waiting for at least that Death ulti to come back online before they have too much pressure. And Liquid, if you look at their wards in the map, that's how they want to play. They're just like, all right, we're not, like, don't, Chris, the river is not, don't cross the river. Miracle, you can pass the river and maybe farm the jungle, but for the time being, crossing the river is a bit of a fearsome one. Weehaw wants to poke here. He may be trying to get some damage here on this bottom tower. TNC, they're just gonna push the brush instead of tier 2s are too far.
There's no, I think even if Liquid know that this is going on,
they cannot fight this.
They're not going over anytime soon.
This is pretty crazy of them to try to take this fight versus TNC.
This is a free rush, free ages for TNC without a doubt.
Weeha's taking good advantage of this though. They've identified it. They're doing push. He's trying to get as much structural damage as possible. They're gonna clip the whip though, ensuring that he cannot actually push much further.
They play for a little bit of action, see if they can find GH Gabby. Oh, he's going to get the snarl.
But the leaps
will allow GH to prompt himself to safety.
TNC not even, okay, they don't have wards, that's why. I was like, they're not actually putting any deep vision down to watch where the anti-mage is jungling right now. They've actually only placed River Ward as well, but we see from this control that they've been able to have 6 to 6, but they've been very moving around them.
So the main setup there, perfect for Tim, so the disruption comes out from We are safe, and maybe even at that turn around as AU. He's had a fantastic game so far, but getting caught massively out of position there on the front lines and between the members of Liquid. That's going to be a dead Oracle for 20 seconds.
And mind control, again, as we say, they try to take any type of opportunities where they can cross past that river and force the waves as far as possible to their bait. So TNC has a harder time to make the move.
Arrow on arrow action here. GH is going to be the one that connects.
And look how long it lasts. Armel is now unstuck.
That's a long, long time. That wasn't even the max, right? Gotta watch out for those Rubik arrows buffed up by the old arcane supremacy.
Yeah, you know, just a nice second arrow or something could come out.
Is that the maths?
No, it's like, it's less than that.
Do the maths.
Okay.
It's less than that.
It's like 7.5.
36% of 5 on top of 5.
Yeah, I think 7.
7. What's it? 7.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just to simplify it for the viewers, you know.
They're trying
Miracle,
to bring
he's
down
spotted.
Radiant's top tower.
They're actually hunting for him this time. They have both heroes with the dual scepters possessed around him.
Oh, mid lane, what's going on? So we can cancel the TP there, I believe.
The prize is mine.
See if we can find us up top. Try him as our Miracle is over to the camp. They know that he's gone for the greed. They get the silence up here. A little far away. Can they get on top of him? An arrow does fly through. That was actually anyway. So was just being flown through defensively in case anyone was trying to get on top of Miracle. Hey, they achieved what they wanted. Push him away. Push onto the tower. Same time, though, Liquid, they're getting objectives themselves. You've got to watch out and be aware of this. Lesh is pushing powers. We are, if that's it, the Alpha Mike, but actually pushing up towards the base on the bottom lane. So for as fast as TNC's playing, they're actually getting a lot of pressure brought back their way by this Lesh round.
Yeah, pretty much the perfect moves we see by Liquid, at least in response to that. The 3-4 heroes set up top. They're like, hey, we have opportunities to go for the Raptor, to go for the split push. They need to do it to keep getting this farming. My control, solar crest finished, so buffing up the AM. It's all about the anti-mage, and they're going to be looking to throw everything on Miracle. Now Miracle, we mentioned this could be problematic for him. You know, the silence in particular. He almost has the Manta done. Have to be concerned for TNC. This AM is getting online.
With that Manta, Miracle, I mean, he only dies if he makes mistakes. I've seen Miracle make some mistakes this TI, so, you know, don't write that off. It may still happen. As you say, once you have the Manta, it should be a pretty fit map for the AM to jump around and keep the farm up high. Obviously, there's still that danger of the push is coming in and the AM being forced to retaliate to the aggression of TNC. For the most part, if the game stays a state where we is able to push out these lanes and shut them out as far as he can to make sure that TNC cannot get this 5-man push down a lane, base is going to be there for AM to jump around the map very safely.
I mean, that's literally what they've been doing for the last, like, full game, right? Just my control one lane, we on the other one, push it out as far as possible so TNC cannot group up and go for their game-ending play. We could see them start to set up for here. BKB is finished for Armel. They do want to start really pressing that advantage, try to get these tier 2s. They're Liquid. They're getting away with a lot here in this game.
Should be for the numbers that they have. A very quick kill. Mind control, even blood for this one. Mind control found. Arrows out to Kuro the jungle as they'll get both. CP's up and jump forward. He's got the setup for another. Yule's up on turn with the Yule's on the dive. AU's ready to check, so is Tim. To try and get that route. He won't be able to quite get on top of it. Arrow's actually going to miss. We are with the cheeky sidestep, but TNC, they've got the numbers. Four of them are another Yule push him out. We are surrounded. And they will deal with the push. That threat, that pressure we talked about. Both the Underlord and Lester, they're out of the game.
Yep, and now they're just looking to push down the lanes as much more. Gabby was also chasing Miracle around, actually pulling him, and just keep chasing him when he was trying to cut the creep waves. So this is that time. TNC have to make a lot happen. They cannot allow Anti-Mage to keep up this split push.
Anti-Mage Miracle, he is getting close, I'd say, to sort of being able to have a bit of a look into the fox, especially once he has the Scotty, at least a component of it. He's going to have good stats to fight with at this stage. This will now expire, but keep the push going, and a tier 2 tower in the mid will fall. TNC take another objective and hold on to that 4K lead.
Invisibility.
Miracle, farming under vision here. They actually try to get the setup. Tim's really trying to get some Yules into Harrow's setup, but unable to.
Is about to flounder.
Miracle, he's soon gonna pass that #1 net worth pretty soon.
He is, and it's, you know, this point where, well, there's one tier 2 left to be taken. There's no longer sort of that free money on the map for the push lineup like TNC. The high ground push, that's going to be sort of the next level of difficulty for them. So no longer can they rely on those objectives to keep themselves sort of an item ahead across the course. The map's going to be open. They're going to get that farm. Lane. Setups there, they'll catch it. Miracle gets himself involved. In fact, he's the one to get the last touch. They're looking on Miracle, and he hit the money for the first off the orb. It's that Scotty.
Pretty traditional smoke that we see there, right? The smoke from your base to your carry. We see teams do that so often, just trying to set up in case maybe Miracle's going to get ganked or something like that, to make sure to sweep the area. And now they can even continue to transition this into a push. Yeah, threatening always. TNC has to respond.
Do have all the ingredients for a good defense. Cuckoo's Ravage back up in there.
Look at Gabby's just running through into all 5 heroes. He has no fear right now.
And they're having to get away from him as well. Liquid don't want to try and deal with this bristleback just yet. At least when being unnecessarily offensive. They know that they don't need to try and force it. They've just got to try and make sure TNC are the ones on the defensive.
They just got to dance around him, right? Pretty much. They're just going to dance around the bristleback for a while because they don't have great solutions if he's not completely isolated. If he's completely isolated, sure, they can for something.
Okay, setups here. But for Tims, time is going to be off from Weehan, and that's going to allow the chance for Tims to get out with the moonlight. He'll sneak off in the shadows, but in the kill.
Gabby, look at him. Really trying to get aggressive. They want to catch something here. He has DD to get the silence. There's just so much physical damage coming in.
You know, Underlord just absolutely shredded.
400 damage right now with this DD rune. Waves though, look at Liquid. There's no creeps in TNC.
Bottom lane, top lane, and as you say, mid lane. Even with no hero at the moment, Liquid had already had the momentum covered before that Underlord was chased down. TNC, the pushing is getting a lot harder for this. Liquid are more than able to make sure the creeps are in position for TNC to take their tempo to the next pace.
They want to go for blow here, as they know they're just getting Liquid too much time to farm on the map. They really want to catch Weeha, but that's a boot to travel with a 15 movement talent, 30 movement speed talent as well. No way you're catching this Slash. Super speedy. Just continue to push in the side. Jin can do his flip push too with the Star Storm. Seems clearing out those waves instantly.
Kills that as that anti-major looking at the top and being very happy to say the game.
Look at anti-major, 330 last, it's 1-2.
Yep.
He's getting uncontested farm. He's just blinking around the map really, and they're not able to get the ward coverage to actually watch him. We've been seeing TNC, they've been getting de-warded quite a lot from Kuroki. He actually got 2 of the recent rewards, and he's been moving around the map all over the place in them. Just keeping it Miracle safe to farm up the map and then just keep split pushing the side. So they have great reads on the map from how TNC play. You know, TNC, it's pretty telltale how they want to be moving. Grouping up, going for the push all the time. So just keep split pushing. But that rush, like we've got next thing big on the menu for TNC. And still contesting fights, 5v5 fight from Liquid is still going to be quite difficult. When extra already popped, and they have the front line as BKBs are there to protect versus the mana burn. Armel as well as, I believe, get off on a BKB. So double BKB time in again. I think they really want to force the issue and before Miracle's able to do any more shenanigans.
Let's talk about this a bit. He's just picked up a blink dagger on the run, but he is just going all in on getting blink dual setup.
Catch, yeah. He needs to get a catch. That is what it seems. They have to try to catch the split push somehow. It seems to be thinking this is the best solution before he can get something like a Hex, which is he just used up immediately right now. So they need other ways to catch this if he manages my control. He brought down here.
Being able to grab some of those objectives. Roshan on Mal. Aegis on Cappy and Underlord.
Ooh, Miracle. That hits the real one.
But the setup with that stun. TP's coming in, but Miracle's already out of trees. And what up for the tree? And see, it's all about these next few minutes of game, but they've got to do something with this Aegis and Cheese. Top lane, Weeha. But for the D is on his own. He does want to look for this sort of solo potential, but back up in town for Tims. He is around, and Weeha now just get out of it.
He's just way too speedy. Even with that blink dagger, they can't catch up to him. And also, he had BKB the whole time. BKB and TP that would be probably just easy enough to get away.
Can't get this push together. Both
really not letting them every time.
Yeah, it's constantly the side lanes always pushed into T's half of the map. So they They can do this, they can go all in on the middle, but if it's not a massively successful siege, if they don't get to the racks, the mid lane are going to start knocking at their own tier 3s.
They have a wave in the mid lane. This is what we were saying. This might just be the GG push that they're trying to do here. Exorcism pop, they got the Agate, the cheese, the Aegis. They have to get something taken down here for them to have this.
One of the did see Tim's was able to cancel the PP on PR, so we can't
knock it back. Or 20. Pushing.
The backdoor protection, and they're actually getting that tier 3 tower. They weren't quite. The rest of Liquid will be able to push them back.
Getting two towers here.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Oh my god.
This is the problem, TNC. They weren't able to really get this push together early on, and now it's very vulnerable to the sort of plays occurring. We have out with the BKB TP. And the game now in a bit of a worrying state for TNC as the question has, it has to be asked. How TNC missed their time?
It could like that, but they still have lots of damage that they can deal and go down. But Miracle, how the hell are they going to kill this anti? Now a full BKB finished as well. Uh-oh, TNC.
This is 50-50 on the win probability. I mean, Gaben still really sees that chance of TNC being able to run down mid and just, take that tier 3, maybe even going straight to tier 4s and Ancients before Liquid was able to react or take the side lanes. But you can make, you say, well, Miracle, he can go for the rat play. He can also turn up to the fights.
Yeah, he can start to the fights for sure. It really does. It does feel like Liquid have the better control in the game so far here now. Even though TNC, they have Aegis and Cheese, they have to make something big happen. They're gonna smoke. They're gonna try to keep forcing this issue. Right now, they're gonna be Gabby actually bottom. They're gonna have two lanes at least pushing in, so they're gonna have to about some split push where they lose their mid lane, creep wave. They'll have a bottom wave too, but immediately Liquid's not gonna allow that. They're gonna start trying to fight.
And on mid, Tim's look towards Armel, BKB, Miracle's on top of it. Pump the cheese, he's back up to full. He's trying to keep himself alive with the Spirit up, and Miracle's onto the target. Save for Armel, it's gonna try and turn for the silent self-fuel, himself up in the air, healing up the stuff, free on BKB himself. Keep Armel alive for a little bit, but the man is serious of the damage. Miracle's staying on them, wrapping out Cuckoo, TNC looking for the turnaround with him lost. They'll get Weird, they get Miracle, he's too tanky, and will he's able to bring back out of the fight. He's in the matter, but he's still punching into Guru. Mike, dead boy, it's time to go home. Guru's not coming up tonight, though. Will be in control on his own, rifting away. Miracle straight back into the mid, keeping that best so the fact that Liquid have lost two. In fact, he's nearly turning now Tim's Gabby with and won't find it full. They get the 3 kills, TNC, but as you see, they get the kills. The Tims have to buy that. The gold lead is still growing for Liquid. Again, look at those creep waves. Despite the TNC have killed 3, with their Death Prophet alive, it's very unlikely they're going to be able to do anything with this time.
As soon as they even are, they're chasing GH, and Miracle's already blinking away, going for the creep waves. He knows the priority in this game. Just don't ever let them hit your base, and really let TNC get to that. And we saw the Iascati coming into play there. We see Miracle picked it up versus these BKBs TNC are getting. He can just keep the chase on.
Oh, he can. We saw he was just blinking into the high ground next to targets. At this point, it doesn't really matter. The AM, he's out of control.
Yeah, he is absolutely out of control, and they do not have that straight physical damage. Sure, like, I can deal that hard physical damage, but he's not something like you're like some super physical hero that just really will just kind of like you see like the next year's the Basher or something like that. Someone who can really just bring it to him. Yeah, Liquid now with a very good control of this game. They're just keeping the lanes always pushed in.
So hard for TNC to make a play. Their lineup really was all drafted around those early pushes. They did a good job of taking over control of the map early on, but they couldn't quite shut down the anti-mage farm. Now they have some huge problems to deal with.
Miracle he's just like, I'm just gonna just ring. That's all he really needs to do in this game. Keep farming. 203, almost 500 last hits at this 34-minute mark. This game to go for Liquid.
Every minute on that clock becomes more and more painful for TNC.
We really now we start seeing that start happening, of course, in the Dota. It's really starting to feel that anti-mage's pressure. It's up to a 62%, that 50-50. Once that Aegis and once Armel does die, the Aegis gets reclaimed, and they're using the cheese as well.
Oh, they did.
Using it as well on, so they've used pretty much everything. And listen, they keep this push, keep this book push. We are now taking shrines. It looks like TNC just running around trying to catch pretty much anything. It's a game of cat and mouse, and it really is just controlling the map way better here.
Being caught out either into the trees. The TP's down bottom.
Miracle just keeps blinking around, just really. Right now, they're starting to have an idea of where he is. But he's just beginning. Hey, you quickly has to glimmer himself.
Miracle just hitting the shrine alone.
Right in the middle of them.
What can they do? What can they do about this anti-match?
He got BKB.
He forced it there. Do they have the damage? There's a disruption that's starting to be able to keep it in time. Kuro giving Miracle more than enough chance to put that BKB and get out of there. Kuro will die. They're trying to save Miracle and Miracle succeeding.
That was, I mean, Kuroki's positioning is phenomenal. They even saw him, and he's still able to get that perfect disruption. Miracle looking like he would have gotten brought down there from all that damage.
And there's also, you know, Armel did pop Ghost in the hope they would have the control to lock Miracle down. So aren't going to be there for TNC to even think about making a play around.
And Ravage, they used both of the big long down, but just weren't able to find this. And we have immediately when TNC starts splitting, he finds an opportunity for a kill. He doesn't have a TP available. He has BKB, so Bobby just run away.
They just can't get a hold of any of these heroes, TNC.
No, they cannot.
Their support's getting picked up in situations where they do not mind dying at all. Level 25 anti-mage, got that extra counter spell, magic resistant. I don't. This looks like an impossible game for TNC right now.
It really is. It's like
Everything's
against
them.
Liquid just addressing the split push, constantly pushing those side lanes down the whole game. But I did feel like it was 36 or like 29 minutes where TNC had some control running around the map. Liquid just constantly pushing the sides. And you can tell they're probably going the same way. They're probably like, this anti-mage is just out of control. The gloom. We always, I know a lot of pros, a lot of players have always said when you're playing versus anti-mages and Medusas and stuff, when they're just off the map the majority of the game, the back of your mind, you're just thinking about it constantly. You're like, uh-oh. Time bomb.
I am farm rising. On him. Miracle, he'll turn. Kuka has to put the BKB and head. Quid, they've got the full team here ready to fight. They're not messing around, they're ready to start some action off. Abby will start to look for the lead in, gets himself on top. That's the as Miracle locks down onto they will lose Kuroki. Miracle start to come up the back line and jumps forward, comes down after the chase. Mark control, we are burning down Cuckoo. Navi tries to commit for a kill with his BKBs onto Mike. Teenage Swift keeps the mic, get himself out alive. Miracle and we are turn, get themselves on top of Gabby, beginning to burn down the mana. Miracle's over towards Tim's self-kills. Sometimes with Tim's has got the goodness, but there's already Tim's dead. A was what to buy back from Cuckoo. Can't get any kills out of this. We will fall. So TNC are able to find a pretty big kill, taking the left Shrek out, but still
touch costly one. A buyback.
Yeah, and Miracle's reign continued in this game where they cannot do anything about the anti-mage.
GH having a little bit of a showcase right there, having that Stone Ravage from earlier, then also looking, doing the false promise. Clutch little plays there from him, but Miracle just continuing this push and keep himself in a great spot. Looking to pressure Gabby a little bit here. Can't kill him, but rid of that enough.
I mean,
how does TNC do it?
Any sort of item you can look at TNC's lineup and say, well, a combination might at least give them a chance of killing this AM, because obviously once they do, it's going to be a lot of money. And heck, we've all seen those games where it looks seemingly impossible to lose. This AM free farm hasn't died. Dies once, dies again, no buyback, and the game's over. Maybe that can happen. That's obviously the situation that TNC are trying to ball onto Liquid.
Looking like a perfect one. He does have a BKB to prevent that mana burn. Fully defensive BKB though. And back to the Roche pit, we see Miracle go inside. They know there's no ghosts. They fight for TNC. Their damage is not there at all. If he's trying to take it to Liquid right now. Gabby will start poking himself toward the front line, but get the low on mana. Only 300 on it.
Well, that's the thing, he loses a cent over the mana slot.
Cuckoo out of mana. Miracle's dead. On to Cuckoo, also burns all of his mana, so 2 heroes of TNC.
They can't offer anything to the fight. Mana is burned. They're held outside. Demonic Pledging as well. Used to keep him outside. The pistol now all five through. Won't make the connection. Doesn't know to pick up the Aegis. Before you are able to grab the cheese. They'll get Roshan Liquid. And now they'll try and find some of the kills.
He's too much onto the arrow connects onto Miracle. They're trying to disengage FEC, but they can't.
It's just running in for the fight with them. An arrow does come out. This is BKB again. The mana got Abby. Has nothing to fight with. They'll continue the chase. Miracle's in on the Aegu. A false promise having to be used upon himself to get him out there. They're very tanky, TNC. They don't die easily, but they also to do anything easily at all. These heroes now introduce this Miracle's in. He sees a chance to blow up Aegu with a manifold, and Arrow does come out again. Stolen out onto Tim. Extra gains the debuff increase. He has no chance at all. Gabby's in, and as soon as he's in, the mana is out. Miracle just diving past tier 3 onto the supports, running down to use forward again. It's a triple kill for Miracle. He's just slowly dismantling TNC and slowly doing his best to take them out of the tournament. BKB, he's not going anywhere.
Still the fear. There we go. Now he's gonna give him some back up. But
he knows. I mean, it's 12k, 13k lead. There is no answer at all, as it seems, for this anti-mage. They'll set up an arrow.
They got this one here connected.
And also has the blink, but won't even be able to touch that egg, or get to touching it.
I just have no damage for him at all. He's got the freest game in the world, it seems like, now on this anti-mage, which was the last pick by Liquid, seeming to play around absolutely perfectly, just keeping game split push for a minute, and with top the long shot.
A tithe to the impurities.
TNC, they're able to get themselves close. Now closing in on a hex from Armel. Bloodborne's got to be out in the Gabby. Trying to get done for the teams. They're looking for some of that single target lockdown, which would give them some sort of tackling Miracle.
They needed these quite a while ago, right? The Hex or the Abyssal Blade, some type of instant type of disable to look for a Miracle to catch when he was doing this, but he's just at way too much critical mass here. This anti-mage.
Seemingly the perfect. You could definitely see and understand what TNC went for. We heard it from Heen. They wanted to play this pace. And this is what sort of the risk of running this sort of lineup here on the main stage. If you are unable to get the job done by a certain point, things just grind to a stop for your lineup.
Yeah, and you really are starting to understand why they went for the Underlord as well, right? Just to constantly split push the side lanes out. That's what we've seen that hero used for defend towers, and then just park yourself, just push out lanes constantly and just get onto the other. And that's really been the name of the game for Liquid. Push lanes. I know Will is probably in the back like, shove lanes, yes. Like, really is just the definition of this one entirely for Liquid. Just keeping past the river after that early game.
Shadows take us.
Now, we've got a Hex. Picked up the blink and the Hex on Armel. See if it can catch Liquid off guard. They all group together.
Dire are
And that
standing
kill will be worth a hefty penny.
As long as they can bring him down. He's 28 armor and 70% magic resistance. So can they actually have damage? With Ghost, with everything committed, if they can get the chain locked down, that could be one of the options. But besides without...
They've got to do it twice.
Yeah, without the Death Prophet Ghost, it's pretty unlikely. Taking 0 damage from that Purifying Flames. They're just gonna get the push going.
It's in the ranks.
Ghost should pop the Hex, it gets loaded, or
A self-pull.
and GH even stealing Exorcism as well in the back line. He did.
Oh, he did.
Miracle, gotta get stunned up a little bit, but he's just keeping himself showing there for a second, then backs off. But that's what we see. The Ghosts, they have the damage, but can they actually get the catch? Miracle keeps looking away. GH has his Ghosts ready to use. He also has a refresher shot on.
Oh, okay. Double exorcism.
It will miss that.
Indeed, but just having the durations being pushed with Miracle again, getting enough time to blink out and away from them. Amel starting to fall low.
Just the blue.
Just a little bit of hair. A little bit of hair from this Ghost returning in. False promise being used by AU to try and get him back to safety. He's just running straight into the midst of the ball. The mid KB popped towards the bench. Forcing the 5 of them back towards their tier 4. They'll turn a little. We are. Oh, they're able to kill the Lash. That's to the high ground on top of Armel. Put the friendship up for the high ground. And has a rabbit ready to fill it. Armel is dead, but Alpha is dead as well. Stop the rabbit. Lifted go back, slam him back down. Gabby's out of this game. Miracle's moving in. That'll be a buyback from Miracle helped by the Yule, but we are runs down Tim's. Tim is dead for nearly 2 minutes. We're cleaning up another set of racks. There is no hole, and seemingly no chance for TNC to turn this one out right now. Miracle finishes it off, shot like on the anti-mage. GG. And they'll be out of it. They'll trap themselves out of this. GG is scored. TNC out of the competition. And Liquid with this game 2 victory. 2-0.
I mean, what a series from Liquid, bringing it back, making it look like, I mean, the group stage we saw from them, they had some tough